So let's jump into the Big Ten. Let's start with Rutgers at number 3, Ohio State here. Buckeyes favored by 41, the total 59 and a hook. Brady, you've liked some of the big numbers so far this season. What do you think about the 41?
Not this one. And in part two, I think Ohio State played a pretty big game this past week versus Wisconsin. Now, they blew them out of the water. I thought that game would be a closer game than what it was. Ohio State really stepped up and showed the fact that, look, they've improved the rush defense. No one's going to question that. Marvin Harrison, even when Jackson Smith-Njigba comes back for this game, will probably demonstrate the fact that he is the best wide receiver at Ohio State. At least he looks to be the best NFL prospect. And C.J. Stroud's, again, continuing to put together a big season. But don't forget, head coach Greg Schiano, he was at Ohio State. He knows a lot of what's going on there offensively. I think they'll have a good enough game plan to slow down Ohio State in this one. Even if Jackson Smith-Njigba comes back, I think they can stay within that number of 41 points and make this competitive enough. And by the way, you don't get on Ohio State enough for their scheduling. You know, they played Notre Dame at the beginning of the year. It looked like it wasn't that great of a game. Now it looks like, all right, maybe Notre Dame's going to be all right this year. But this is their 5th straight home game. Their 5th straight home game. How many other teams get to play 5 straight home games and not have to travel this early in the season?
I think Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan has 8, and I think Ohio State has 8.
Washington's the other one where they have played all home games up until this week, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah, and it's those teams are doing really well because they're playing in their backyard. To me, this game, about saying about Schiano knowing the system, this game it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Larrys and the Joes. I think Ohio State has way more Larrys and Joes than Rutgers does. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the points here. Again, I don't love these high point spread games either. But, I mean, Rutgers' offense, I think they're pretty anemic as it is. I think Ohio State's defense, we're seeing the improvements there. And good luck trying to stop the offense. And that's the way I look at it. I think they're going to put up a big number. It'll probably be close. It might be one you're sweating out late. That's why I don't like it from like a sheer what games of these would you put money on. I probably wouldn't touch this one. I think Ohio State will cover that big number, but I just don't love it. It seems like a backdoor. Something funny is going to happen in this game.
That's why I'm going with Rutgers. By the way, I also like the over, given the fact that I think Ohio State would like to put up some pretty big numbers here.
Yeah.
I think they'd like.
They might
CJ
cover
Stroud.
the number by themselves. If it's 59.5, they might put up 60.
Yeah, and I think they'd like to put up enough numbers where C.J. Stroud's starting to really make a case for himself, at least statistically speaking, why he should win the Heisman.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.